This is Bhavna from Notion Press's marketing team. First off, congratulations on getting your book Snowbound Secret published with us. So, before we get started with the interview, would you like to give a brief summary of what your book is about?
Sure, sure. So basically, Snowbound Secret is about few kids who are stuck in their house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because storm is coming. So basically, I wanted to write after having my first book, The Scars of the Memory, which is a contemporary drama. I wanted to write something on a light note,
Okay.
right? So that is why I chose this kids adventure treasure hunt kind of a story, which is
Okay.
Snowbound Secret.
Okay. Got it. So,
Yeah.
you were saying that you had another book, which is a contemporary drama written. From there, why would you suddenly shift to a children's book? What inspired you to write a children's book?
Okay. It was a very subtle decision, first of all, because my first book was very much on contemporary drama, revenge, redemption, suspense thriller kind of a story, right? It was very heavy on emotions. It was very pacing story, right? So I wanted to write something very light, uh,
Okay.
so that so that idea emerged something, and I developed it something that it should be for kids only.
Okay.
But having said that, when I was writing, when I was middle of writing this book, like fourth or fifth chapter, I realized that okay, the way this book is going, it's not just only for kids, but it can help the adults and all group also. So
Right.
like that, it became all group kind of a story.
Right. Right. Were you someone who used to read a lot of children's books yourself when you were much younger?
Okay, first of all, no, because
Okay.
I started my reading journey actually started in 2020, which is lockdown period, right? Because we
Okay.
had nothing much to do, so I picked my very first book as The Immortals of Melwa by Amish, right?
Right.
And it was a fantastic book. So I completed the trilogy, and this is how I began my journey of reading. And having said that, I started writing in 2025 last year. So my whole 2025 went on to bring my first book into to publish it, to write it down, everything. Right.
Okay.
This is how my 2025 went actually. In
Right.
2026, yeah, of course, Snowbound Secret.
Right. Right. Got it. Um, Now that you have written a book that is meant for younger children, would you be able to tell us what the importance is that of writing children's books? What is the importance of children being able to read books that suit their levels?
Yes, of course, of course. I have specifically mentioned, that is when we were children, we used to read those children book, and there was a section called moral of the story, right?
Yes.
So that we can teach something to the children as well from that story, right? So I made sure that rather than calling it as a moral of the story kind of a section, I called it as what remains. So that what remains block is actually what you take from the story as a reader.
Correct.
And I
Correct.
make sure that I maintain that section, which is called as what remains, in every book of mine.
Right.
So my first book also had that. My second book, which is Snowbound, also has this.
Right.
So actually, I wanted to tell something to the children as well. So that is why I wrote that what remains block in such a way.
Understood. Understood. So, how has the course of writing this book changed you as a person? Did it affect you in any way?
Yes, it did. It did, because when you read the story of Snowbound Secret, right, you will get to know that it is not only about treasure or something that is very much uh, shiny gold or diamond kind of pieces, pearls, and that thing, right? It is about emotions.
Right.
And I really think that when you read that Snowbound Secret, right, you will take something from you, that you will linger. Even if you finish the last page, the story still lingers you. in you,
Right.
right? And I maintain that emotional core throughout my book, whichever book I write.
Right.
Like
Of course.
I'm writing my third book now. I'm still making sure that the emotional core stays the same,
Right.
right? Yeah. So that actually affects the story mostly. Yeah.
Understood. 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 So there are a lot of children's books in the market, right? So how would you say that your book stands out from all of them? How would you say it's different?
I would not say it is different. It is a part of that culture,
Okay.
right? It is not something which will make a very large difference in some sort of ways, right? It will amplify your emotions
Right.
towards. So okay, let me give this. That book actually is some sort of book which will actually make you think about your grandparents,
Okay. Okay.
right? Your
Interesting.
elders, your grandparents, right? Because it gives you something from that era, right?
Right.
So I'm not making a difference or something. I'm just pointing out the readers that, hey, this is some sort of thing you have, right? And I'm just recollecting your memories there,
Right.
right? Yeah.
So would you say that reading such a story would help in the emotional development of kids?
Yes, I would say that. Yes, yes. Because, Bhavna, one thing is that we used to live as a joint family, right?
Hmm.
When our grandparents, our parents,
Yeah.
we used to live as a whole joint family. But as we grow up now, our Gen Zs and generation or millennials or Gen Alpha, whatever, right? We are living in a very nuclear family,
Right.
right? Three people or four people mostly, not grandparents and all. So how does this book works? This book actually connects you to your elders,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
That's why I'm saying this book is very much emotional, right?
Mhm.
And I know I have written it for kids. I know, but yeah, it is for all age groups also.
Right.
In that sense, yeah, yeah.
Right. So are you writing any more books in the similar genre or any genre for that matter?
Yes, I am writing, but not in the similar genre as of now,
Okay.
because my first book was contemporary drama, revenge redemption kind of a
Yeah.
story. Second book, Snowbound Secret, is a completely different world, children's book, treasure hunt, right? Third book I'm writing is completely different. It's a science fiction.
Right.
So
Okay. Interesting.
three books, three different genres. Yeah,
Right. 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 Amazing. Is
yeah.
there anything else that you would like to tell us so viewers who might watch it later might get to know more about you or your book?
Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, I would like to urge people to read more books rather than focusing on the screen content, right? Screen content is
Definitely.
much more pacing and all. I get that, you visual treats and all, right? But I would urge people to read books, because books are like, you read, the story stays with you.
Right.
It's not just like a movie or a 3 hour movie, a 3 hour movie, just you can think it for one day. Now that you have watched it yesterday, you can think one more day of it.
Right.
But a
Of
good
course.
book stays with you for much longer time, right? And it changes you, right?
Definitely.
Visual,
Definitely.
yeah, visual appeal, or I'm not against it. I'm much there are more books, which are converted into web series, TV shows, and that kind of format. And I understand that, because
Right.
good books should get their better platform, right? So likewise, I urge people to read good books. You
Right.
know, yeah, yeah. In that sense, yeah.
Right. So, what has been that one single book that changed you? What is that book that will stay with you forever?
Okay, that's not a very difficult question, Bhavna. Again, because
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita, right? I have read
Right.
it, right, and it will stay with me, because I have read it, and I understand those chapters. I understand there is a lord, there is a warrior, right? So everything that is very important to a human life is already there in that book,
Right.
right?
Of course.
So, you know, when somebody asks me this question, what is that one book you recommend to others as well? Definitely go with Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It's a
Definitely.
best book. Lifelong lessons you will give from that. You'll take any. Yeah, it's a best.
Definitely. I agree. I agree. Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right. So that's the end of our interview. Is there anything else that you'd like to say, or can we close the interview?
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much for having me. And Notion Press has been with me last 7 years. And when I published my first book with Notion Press, it really helped me. Whenever I have some queries, I have reached to the help support, and Notion Press has been they extremely. They have they are there for their customers, right? They
So glad
they
to
they
hear that.
don't let you linger. Yeah, and thank you for that. Actually, thank you to Notion
You're
Press for
welcome. You're
on
welcome.
that.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
that you had a pleasant experience with us. So, on that note, I am ending the interview now and I'll be ending the recording
Yes.
as well. So, thank you so much for joining me today and you have a nice day.
Thank
It
you
was
so
nice
much.
chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bhavna. Same here. Same here. Yeah. Bye.